Hey there, welcome to part 3 of this 4-part video series. Today we're talking about managing cash flow. I'm going to show you how to use this template to manage the cash going in and out of your business. Let's do it. What up, y'all? Dave Allred, the Real Barman here from barpatrol.net. Welcome back. As I said, this is video 3 of a 4-part video series. This is the trilogy. I guess it's not a trilogy. What's the 4-part movie series? Quadrilogy? I have no idea what to call it. I'm not good after 3. But this is part 3. This is managing your cash flow, in which I'm going to show you how cash moves in and out of your business and how you can track it and predict things in the future. Now, as I mentioned before, you can get all of these templates at therealbarman.com on the resource page. But let's move right into this template. I'm not going to mess around today. We're going right to it. But first, let's talk about what exactly cash flow is. Cash flow and profit are not the same thing. You can be profitable and still have cash flow problems. And it's just like your bank account, your personal bank account. You can see how much is in there. You know if you can spend more or not spend more based on what's in your account. You might have a $5,000 check coming from wherever you work, but you can't buy a $2,000 whatever right now because you only have $1,000 in the account. You have to wait till that money comes in, or you have to use a credit card. You have to do something to make sure that you don't overdraft in your account. It's the same thing with your bar and restaurant business. You know how much is in there. You have to be careful that you don't overdraft. You don't want your employees bouncing checks or anything like that. So this template's going to help you at the start of the month see how much you have, so you know what to spend. And if you have upcoming expenditures or you have upcoming money coming in, you can account for it. So we're going to use it to predict things, see what's coming up, so you don't overspend. It's a super valuable template to have. So here we go. Let's do this. So as with the others, I have this blank template here. So pristine and nice, like the driven snow. But of course, I'm going to use one that's already filled out, because you don't want to watch me fill out. So here we go. I just did the first 3 weeks. What you're going to notice is this is a 13-week template. There are 52 weeks in the year, so 4 times 13 is 52, which means you're going to have 4 of these throughout the year. You can just download a blank one every time. You'll notice on a lot of these blank templates that we try to extend them out either weeks or months, so you don't have to do one every single week. So we have 13 weeks here. And what you'll also see up top here is the beginning balance each week that you'll start at. And it will automatically figure for you. So start with a beginning balance, whatever you're starting with, enter that there, and then we're going to start filling in these other things. The other thing that's awesome about this is you can see that this all says value right here. All you got to do is put in this first week right here, and the format we need to put it in is put the day of the week. So we'll say it's like the 4th of April. And all we do is hit enter, and it's going to do all the weeks. It's going to figure it out for you all the way down through week 13, so you don't have to do it. It saves you time. It's awesome. All right, so let's start right from the top here. We're just going to fly through this. It's not that difficult to use this template, but sometimes it's difficult to figure out how to predict what's coming up. The best thing you can do is use your POS system again to see what's going on. You can use it for recent weeks to see what's going on, so you can predict what your sales and your expenditures are in the future. But a lot of times that's seasonal. If you have like a busy summer and then kids go back to school in September and January end up being pretty slow months. It's right after the holidays, right after summer. That might skew your predictions a little bit. A good thing to do is go to last year's. So let's say we're in September right now. Let's say for October, I want to get ready. I want to start using this sheet. So I'm going to go to October of last year, look up my sales for those weeks and see what they were. And I can use that information to fill out this sheet. Now, you might be having a different year than last year. You might be down a little bit. You might be up a little bit. But at least it gives you a starting point until you start figuring this out. Once you start using the sheet a little bit, you're going to be able to predict a lot more accurately. But you at least need a starting point. So what you'll do is you'll get that. And then we're going to start right here with the food and bar sales. Again, this is income inflows, we call it. This is money coming in from everywhere. And you can retitle these any way you want, just like with the other templates. You just can't be adding rows or it's going to screw up the formula. You can actually delete a row if you want and it stays okay, but as soon as you start adding rows, it screws up the formula. So what we have here are food and bar sales. We have the sales tax. House account, a lot of times the owner, that's the owner that comes in and eats. We have a house account that we account for. Gift cards sold, and then we have miscellaneous income. If you do events or you have catering or banquet, you can put that all right here as extra income. And then that's going to give you your beginning balance plus receipts. Now we go down to expenditures and outflows. This is money that's going out. Some of this you're going to have to predict. It's going to be a variant rate. And other ones are more fixed, like rent, property taxes. Those are usually fixed each month. You could actually come through and copy paste a lot of that from week to week because it will be the same. And if you're going to predict kind of the same week to week, if you're a consistent bar and restaurant, you could just copy paste a lot of this as well because you're consistent. But a lot of times you have events coming up, holidays, certain things like that. You're going to have to adjust. So you'll come through here, bar and food, everything, basically your cogs right here, miscellaneous supplies, maybe you buy pens and paper on a weekly basis, you can predict that. Payroll taxes, rent, property taxes, sale taxes, insurance, all of this is in here. Again, you can retitle it if you want. This is kind of a general template that I like to use. And then you have your total cash outflows, and at the very bottom, you're going to have your ending cash balance based on what you started with, your income minus your expenditures, and that's where you'll be at. And then it's going to put that number right back up top here, starting for the next week. All right, so I have some numbers I just threw in here. 10,000, 10,000. Went through and put in expenditures. I just wanted to throw some numbers in so you would see how it works. And then same thing with the expenditures. I just threw some numbers in. These can obviously vary from week to week. Now, what I have done though is in the week up here, we have jacked up sales. They've gone up. We have some event. This is April, but it could be anything. I mean, if you got Thanksgiving or that's a big week that college kids come home at our bar, or if you have St. Patrick's Day in the month of March and you need to predict that, your sales might go up. So you look at last year's sales, you'll check that out. And then I have $2,500 for miscellaneous income. Maybe someone rented your place out or you have a catering event, anything like that. You can predict that. Put that up in that upcoming week and then it's going to predict it. And then once again, down here, your bar and your food expenditures are going to be a little bit higher because you got to get ready for whatever that busy month is. You need to predict that and jack that up a little bit and enter all those numbers. And again, it'll calculate it down at the bottom. Now, you'll see in this second week here, I've put this in here artificially for a big payout, $4,000. And that means we have purchased something or we're going to purchase something, $4,000, a piece of equipment, doesn't matter. And you can see at the bottom there, we're going to be short. So this template helps you see that coming. We got to pay $4,000. If you just know you have to buy something, but you're not really going to account for it, you're like, I wonder if we have enough money. I have no idea. Let's go ask our accountant. Do we have enough money? Use the template. It's going to tell you exactly. We're $1,550 short. So we need to come up with that money. We need to use a credit card. We need to move money around, whatever we need to do so we don't overdraft our account. That's what this is helpful for. And then the same thing, if you go way out here and you have another one coming up, you can put up here, we got another big expense coming, $5,000. We got to buy a stove for the kitchen. Here in week 7, I know that we're doing a big wedding banquet. And I'm going to put this here. We're going to get $7,000 for that. I'm going to put this up here. Now we're starting accounting for things in the future. And then when you get to that week, it's already in there. Now, an important thing to do as far as cash flow goes, this is kind of separate from the template, but you need to put policies in place. If you are doing events, banquets, anything like that, make sure that you get some money up front. So they book a date out ahead, you need at least 50% up front. Then within 48 hours, you need to get the rest of that money. You can't be chasing money all the time and make your bar or restaurant run smoothly. You need to collect that money, have it a policy. If they don't like the policy, they can't book it. And I know that seems like you don't want to lose money, but you need to stick with your policies and let them know you mean business. Don't let them walk all over you. But back to the template, you can predict that money. Just make sure you collect it, and then you can pay off all these expenditures. Okay? That's a quick rundown. That's it for the cash flow. You can see how valuable you can do it if you predict what's coming and use it for what's going on right now. It's like your bank account. You can see what's going on, but your bank account, you can't enter projections coming and have it figure it in. That's what the template's going to do for you. Very valuable in helping you run your business efficiently and systematically. So that's going to do it. Bring! Class is out. You're dismissed. But make sure you check out video number 4. That's what we have coming next. That's the big daddy, the grand finale. That is the profit loss statement, which everyone seems to want. I hope you're doing your daily sales. You need to do that for sure. But the profit loss is the big daddy. This template is awesome. It has like 12 months all built into one template. So it's not just 1 month at a time. And it tracks your current month. And as you do months ahead, it tracks year to date. So it adds it all together and shows you exactly where you're at. You're not going to want to miss it. Again, visit me at therealbarman.com. Go to the resource page if you want to check out the templates. If you want the course that's going to show you how to put it all together, you can get that and get all the templates for free. Check that out as well. I'm going to see you at video number 4. That's going to wrap everything up. I hope you have a great day. See you then. I'm out.